This is All Hitches, the Nova Football Podcast.
All right, welcome back to All Hitches, Nova's #1 football podcast. Coach Mesa, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Enjoying the little day we have had off today, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. And just
You're
kind
enjoying a
of
meatball sub too, is what you
I did
enjoyed this
enjoy
summer,
Meatball
huh?
Sub. Coming back down to earth after those amazing games we had on Friday night.
Yeah, looking at some of the weather ahead. They're saying maybe cruddy weather on Thursday for some of the freshman JV games. We'll see about that. And then hopefully Friday's nice.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the crisp air. We're getting close, right, to the time where we're going to get some crisp air on Friday nights.
Today was hot.
Yeah, it was warm tonight.
Today, I mean, hence the thunderstorms we had, at least in
Yeah,
central Fairfax. I don't know if it thundered like all over the area, but definitely we had it near Woodson today.
we did. Yeah, we got rained on a little bit. Thunder, like I said, thunder. We had to go inside.
You don't expect that, right? Yeah, almost October, and you're getting those afternoon thunder showers.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about before, but that they're predicting a possible snowmageddon again this year.
Really?
Yeah, because they said that the weather patterns from the summer match the same ones where you get these giant snowstorms. So
Well, I mean, you're a smart man. You went and got a snowblower. Look at you.
I did get a snowblower because yeah, I got a snowblower. We'll see if it helps. We'll see if it helps.
Well, that just you just solidify the fact that there'll be no snow. You got the snow, right? That's what they always say. The person who gets the snowblower is always like, "And I bought this thing, and it didn't even freaking snow this year." So I'm hoping that that's what happens because I don't. I hate. I mean, I like snow. Don't get me wrong. But I don't want it to be a nuisance. Give me some pretty snow. Give me a couple of days off work, and then let's call it a day. Let's get back to business.
Well, I think I've asked you before about White Christmas, and you said it rarely happens here, right?
Rarely, right? We've had. I remember white Thanksgivings around here more than I remember white Christmases.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, and see if their audience can remember this. If they're a true Northern Virginia audience, I think it was Thanksgiving '88 or Thanksgiving '89. Now you're going back a ways. We had 8 inches,
On
huge
Thanks
storm on Thanksgiving. Yeah,
Really?
I
Oh,
remember me and the neighborhood gang used to always play Turkey Bowl.
yeah.
And we'd go up to Fairfax High School. It wasn't too far from our house. And we walk up to Fairfax and we trudged there in the snow. And we had an awesome game. We were there for, hours from like 7 a.m. till like 11 and playing great football. And then trudged back home and ate and watched probably Jerry Ball and the Detroit Lions. And,
Cherry ball. Or maybe 80-89 would have been the terrible Troy Aikman teams.
That's right. That's right. It was
Terrible
the
Troy Aikman teams.
terrible Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
So see if anyone remembers that snowstorm. That one vividly in my mind. But yeah, we enjoyed heading over to Lido's today. We put a little video out of it, just seeing all the things. I know that it was live, so it was kind of in and out
Yeah.
the video. But just so everyone knows, man, it reach out to us if you need to get a hold. If you can't get a hold, it's West Springfield Lido's. But if you can't get a hold of them, get a hold of us and we'll make it happen. But any kind of artifact, even since that, I've had a couple people reach out to us. Someone's got some Groveton stuff they want to give, and maybe some South County stuff you were saying. So there
Yeah.
could be some good stuff coming. Adding to his incredible Hall of Fame Nova Football Hall of Fame collection.
He has like artwork. He has like artwork of former players on there.
It's amazing,
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. So Wes is the man. And if you're gonna watch a high school football game, not at the stadium, and you can still watch us at Lido's.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go out, you got to go to Lido's to watch it because they actually have it on. He's got
Yeah.
it's like having like the Sunday ticket, but they have the high school Sunday ticket all over their TVs.
Yeah. No, it's a fantastic setup they have there, and great food and good atmosphere, and
Yeah,
great service too. Great service.
yeah. It's good people. Good people. Only thing missing is Norman Cliff sitting at the bar. All you need is they might be there actually. Who knows?
Not you, but like you, some of the audience, you could be the Norman Cliff of.
You could be the Norman Cliff of Lido's.
Yeah.
All right. Well, buddy, I'll tell you what. Norman Cliff would be, especially Mr. Cliff Clavin, would be very excited about these games we got this week, buddy.
Yeah.
We looked at it. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say my favorite episode of Cheers. I don't know why it's completely unrelated. Was the one where Cliff goes on Jeopardy and he's ahead by the double amount of points. Have you ever seen this episode before?
I mean, it's been so long. It's
And so
been so
he's
long.
way out ahead, right? So like he can't be caught, and so he bets all the money at the very end. Like the question is like it's three people. It's like Thomas Jefferson, Franklin Roosevelt, and someone else, and he doesn't know the answer. And his answer is, who are people who've never been to my kitchen? They're like, no, that's not right. He was like, no, they've never been to my kitchen, and he ends up losing. So anyway,
Well. How much of our audience even knows who Cliff Clavin and Norm are? That's even a better question.
according to the statistics, quite a lot.
Wow, that's crazy.
Quite a few.
Well,
Most of our
to
audience
the
is our age.
to the people who don't know, there were a couple Weisenheimers used to sit at the bar back in the Cheers sitcom days.
Yeah.
And those guys Coach would be very excited about the games we got this week, right?
Would be. Yeah, 100%.
You looked at the list and you said you called me up and you said, "Hey, I got there's some good games this week," and you made the list, and we got seven spectacular, sensational 7 games this week.
There's some again. We're gonna see some more separation. I think we're gonna see some more separation this week. Or could we see more teams fall to the pack?
I think you're right. I think before we get into it, as always, games of the week brought to you by Team DDA. Team DDA has led Northern Virginia real estate market for over 36 years. They build relationships. They deliver results. Contact Team DDA today at teamdda.com. Tell them Dash and Dan sent you. Oh, boy, I'm excited about this. Let's get into it, buddy. All right, starting it off, leading it off. All right, there were so many to choose from. You and I looked at it. We said, well, let's start at the top. And you brought this game up last week, Mesa, on our last week's show. You said, what's going to happen? Let's keep an eye on this SoCo West Springfield game. We got a little grudge match, buddy.
Yeah, so there are going to be some angry people during this game. As you know, it was a big deal about a month ago. Actually, no, more than a month.
About a month and a half
ago. These two teams played each other twice last year, with West Springfield winning the regular season and South County winning in the postseason. This is going to be huge in the race during for the Patriot League standings. You know, this is going to determine a lot of things on where they're going to finish the standings. You have two teams that are eyeing the top spot right now, chasing the first place team, Alexandria City right now. They definitely don't want to fall below each other as far as win-loss goes, and also because of the max points used for the playoffs, they definitely need this win in order to try to leapfrog each other to keep their playoff staying alive.
Yeah, I mean, look, no love lost here. You know, sort of rivals in terms of geographically, right? Springfield, Lorton, you know, that kind of thing. And like you said, play each other twice. They've played each other a lot of times over the years, obviously. And then you add in the media day. You add in the media day with the pictures taken at your school, the rival school, all that kind of stuff. It made it on ESPN's Instagram page. And you and I joked about it at the time. We said, Coach was pulling his hair out, being like, guys, cut the crap.
Yeah.
But the crap was done, and it's going to give bulletin board material for the other side.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. And keep it clean, right? Keep it clean.
Right.
Come out and have and see if you can get the best of your opponent on the field.
Right.
And I'm sure that's what they're going to do. Now, to me, this is an important game because we don't know what South County is all about yet, and we're going to find out. Yeah. South County, they've had the freaking Rogues Gallery. They've had to play Highland Springs and Colonial Forge.
Right. Right.
Which, I mean, look, and kudos to South County's previous regime for scheduling those games. But that's above their weight class right now, currently where we are, and obviously by the scores. I'm not saying anything crazy,
right?
Of those games, but that now the games don't really matter as much because now we're going to get in conference play, and those games are going to benefit them now.
Oh, 100%, especially with the max points. And for what it's worth, those games were relatively competitive for a while. I mean, Highland Springs,
they were a
14 game, and if I remember correctly, the Colonial Forge score was one game. I'm really curious to see how they're going to defend Travion Campbell. That's why I'm really interested in seeing. Now, I told you when I watched 7-on-7, I said, man, South County on the back end looks really good. They look really big and athletic, but they're gonna have their work cut out from them with Travion Campbell, one of the premier wide receivers in the area.
Yeah, from what you and I have seen in South County this year, just kind of flipping around, it looks like, and I'll echo another coach who I talked to in the area. They look like South County kids, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right? They're big, they're fast, they're strong. So there were a lot of people out there that thought maybe we'd see like you said, the demise of South County, and they're wrong.
No, they're 100% wrong.
Now we're going to find out though, in the hierarchy, has West Springfield kind of leapfrogged them, and that's what we're looking forward. And they look great with Scotty Lewis and company. The Wickham, the new running back from Texas, they look really good.
Yeah, along with the tight end Bello. They got
Anthony Bello. Yeah, so they're loaded.
No, it should be a really good game. It should be a really good game.
So we had to lead off with that one, buddy. That's going to be a big one. All right, buddy. Well, we're gonna kind of move out a little bit. We don't go this far normally, Mason. We don't go out to Loudoun County too often. But we looked at it and we said, this could be a future rivalry going here. We got the first of what could be many years to come. Battlefield traveling to Independence.
Yeah, so Independence has looked really good this year. They're led by their quarterback, whose name escapes me at this moment, but he's looked really good. This is their first year in 6A. And, Battlefield, while continuing to get the job done, has looked vulnerable in two of their games, right? North Stafford probably should have beat them, and South Lakes, for all intents and purposes, should have had that win. So, it looks like that they are vulnerable. I mean, they've got I think these kids were in 7th grade last time that Battlefield lost a regular season game.
Crazy to think about that, right?
Yeah. But, Independence, new kid on the block. And can they be the first? I mean, I should probably go back and check it out. When was the last district game Battlefield lost? Because I think the game they lost was not in their district, if I remember correctly. So I mean, their winning streak inside the district may be longer than that.
Yeah.
So, can Independence knock them off where Gainesville and Patriot have kind of come up short during the regular season?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Independence, the new kid on the block in that conference, right? They went out and hired Nicky Thompson, right? It's like the Commanders, right? Or the Raiders paying big money for Chip Kelly and big money for who's the Commanders OC, your boy from out west.
Oh, the why does the name escape me? The name of the Cardinals head coach.
The old Kingsbury.
Kingsbury.
So
I'll say Kiffin, but not Kiffin.
Those guys they're high paid.
Yeah.
High paid assistants, right? Now, obviously, it's high school ball. So, but if it was pro ball, Coach Thompson would be the equivalent of a high paid offensive assistant. Yeah. A guy knows offense, been around the block. They brought him in for a reason.
Right.
This games like this, is the reason.
Yeah. And it's going to be a lot in 5A. So I'm really curious what this game's going to look like.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. We'll be keeping an eye on that one all night, as always, right? On the Friday Night Spotlight show. We're going to have all these games on, and we'll get to it in a minute, but we're going to have Coach Voss on.
Yeah, does Independence have a
It does. It's Loudoun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So it should be good.
Did Westfield see both these teams? Am I mistaken about that? No, it was Madison who scrimmaged Battlefield.
Yeah.
Well, why do I feel like I'm wrong that Westfield had scrimmage Independence?
No, Westfield did scrimmage Independence.
Yeah, so I'm sure Coach Foster is going to have some really good insight on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So tune in. We didn't say it in the intro of the show, but tune in. We're going to have Coach Voss on, talking all things football, and we got a lot of good feedback last year when Voss came on for the championship game.
Yeah. I mean, he's a really good coach, and he knows a lot about the game.
So so tune in, subscribe now while you're in the middle of this episode right now. Hit the subscribe button and subscribe. We forgot to say that earlier too. I got to put a little sticky note on my computer. All right, we are going to move on, my friend. We're going to move on. We are going good old Patriot slugfest here, buddy. Fairfax going to West Potomac.
Yeah, so Fairfax is kind of right the ship at this point, right? They won 2 in a row, but we've heard really good things about this Westpo team. We've heard really good things about this Westpo team. And again, this is a chance to, they always call it, right, in football, when you beat a team, you essentially gain 2 games on it, right? Because you have them head-to-head, so they have to finish ahead of you in order to kind of leapfrog you. Um, I think this is gonna tell us a lot as what's gonna look like in Patriot district play. West Coast seem to have played Fairfax pretty tough for quite a few times.
Yeah.
They're from everything we've heard, they're really talented this year. But has Fairfax kind of got back to the Fairfax ways, and are they going to take care of business?
Yeah, to your point, they Westpo even upset Fairfax during the Rojas era.
Yes.
So they have had their number in the past. Yeah, I think this Westpo team is a solid team. It's fun now that we're getting into conference play, especially in Patriot. We're gonna start, seeing cream rises, right?
All right.
And let's see who wins these games. So I'm looking forward to this one. And this one's at Westpo because these two team colors are identical, especially on the camera from 50 yards away. It's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard to. But that one is at Westpo, so that'll tell us all we need to know there. All right, buddy. We move on. We are heading out. We're going to stop by our good friends at Backyard Grill. We're going to get some delicious grub, my friend. And then we're going to go see W&L travel to Centerville.
Yeah, so I think we talked about the few games. W&L just had a huge win. It's had a huge win. And now they're taking on, one of the best offenses in the area. I mean, the amount of points they have to score. But we've seen a W&L defense that against an equally as talented Westfield offense was able to hold them down for the majority of the game. They had a fantastic game plan against Westfield last week, but this week they got their hands full with that explosive offense led by quarterback Shields over in Centerville. I'm excited to see what games look. Now Centerville has had some issues stopping the run this year, and we saw last week W&L was not your dad's W&L slinging the ball all the field. They were running the football. And so my guess is we're going to see a lot more of that this week, right? I mean, you've seen a Centerville team that's susceptible to the run. They have to try to figure that out, especially. And I think this is going to be a good measuring stick for Centerville because of how good the run game is in the Concord district.
Yeah, this is a very interesting game, right?
Yeah.
With W&L coming off of that incredible win last week where and we actually had a commenter, PFT commenter on Instagram, and he said, hey man, show some love to the W&L defense. So here I am. I'm going to show love to the W&L defense in case I hadn't already. They're killing it. You and I said it. They out Westfield.
Yeah.
Run the ball, play good D. Run the ball, play good D. W&L's the one that did it.
Yeah.
And so, now the question is, different kind of defense now in this game, right? You shut down the run at Westfield. Now you got freaking Dan Marino and the Marks brothers coming to town, right?
You're going to take that explosive Centerville offense. And also a chance for Centerville to see how they measure up against a team that just got done playing Westfield.
Right.
They're going to play Westfield. They're going to have to know, okay, how do we measure up against a team that just beat them?
It's just totally different styles, which makes this one fun.
Yeah.
Totally different styles. And Centerville can do either one offensively. I mean, we saw Stover run for over 100, almost 150 yards last week.
Right. So,
they can do it all.
They are right now the greatest show on turf, right?
They really are. They're the Nova greatest show on turf. They got to get the defense right. If they get the defense right, then this team is going to be hard to stop.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And meanwhile, W&L might have hit their. I mean, I look at their schedule now. They do have conference play,
right?
Where they're gonna have to do Langley and they have to do Yorktown. Outside of conference, if I'm not mistaken, this might be it for them.
Yeah.
And they're already 4-0, Mason. They go win this. The W&L's 5-0, and now they can just sit back and focus on conference play.
Yeah.
So. All right, buddy. That's another fun one. And people might be taking their Backyard Grill to go so they can watch this one, All right, here we go. Speaking of Backyard Grill, Chantilly is traveling to our good friends at Langley.
Yeah, so Langley, who started off like gangbusters at 2-0, are 2-2 now this season, playing a 3-1 Chantilly team who had a hiccup last week, right? They had a hiccup last week against Fairfax. And for what it's worth, their games have all been one-score games, all of them, except for the loss to Fairfax. I think it's been really interesting to see how Langley kind of rebounds, right? Because they were kind of talk of the town Langley looks like they're on the way to at the very least a region championship appearance, but not region championship. And now, things have kind of cooled over there on them, right? Um, and I know that last week they made quite a few mistakes against Yorktown. We talked to some people and said, they just kept on the amount of turnovers they had was very uncharacteristic of what they had in their two wins. Their two wins, they returned the ball over quite a bit, and for as much as they turned the ball over, they only lost by one. They only lost by one. So I think it's gonna be really interesting to see how that's gonna look. I think it's gonna tell us a lot about those two teams in particular. Chantilly start off winning all these close games, then had the hiccup against Fairfax last week, and I'm sure they're going to try to rebound on that.
I'll tell you what, if and we'll see what happens, but if Langley can pull this off and win this game, and they get off the schneid here,
yeah,
we live in a different world than we used to live in, right? I remember not too long ago being able to say, Liberty's gotten good, they've improved a lot, but they ain't, until you're beating Concord teams,
yeah.
And if Langley pulls this off, you got Chantilly's losing, Westfield's losing the WNL. Yeah. I mean, maybe at some point, people got to start giving the Liberty the respect they deserve.
Yeah, maybe the tides will turn. How the turntables will turn.
Turntables are turning. I think at this point, we got to see the battle of the QBs. Let's go. If you're Chantilly, I know Coach Curry likes to run the ball, but you know what? When in doubt, let Matthews a senior.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing, and we know Cole Sandberg's going to do his thing. This is a marquee quarterback matchup.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Right?
Two guys who are vying for an all-region
That's right.
Quarterback.
Two gunslingers. So I'm going to be watching that. Let's see what these QBs could do.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Next up, buddy. The chili dog. The chili's getting warmed up. They're stirring it. They're adding the spices in there right now. They're grilling the hot dog. Well, they're not grilling the hot dogs yet because they wouldn't be fresh, but they're going to wait on that. But you know where we're going, buddy. We are heading out to Vienna Inn. We got the Battle of Vienna, one of the many battles of Vienna, apparently. We got Marshall going to Madison.
Yeah, so last year it was a close game for a little while, maybe a close game at the half, and then that Madison defense kind of got themselves. We talked a little about Fairfax getting themselves right. Madison's got themselves right. Right, they're playing hard-nosed defense again. They just got done beating up on Hayfield. Another interesting Concord Liberty matchup. I do like the fact that if you're going to do 4-4, you got to play the other district. Now I know it doesn't matter as much as far as playoff scene goes, but I think you should have to. If you're going to go 4-4, you should be forced to play that other district to see what it looks like. So I am happy that we're seeing that a lot more between the two. That we're seeing those two districts kind of go at each other. I think we should see more cross district plays inside a region. I don't like the fact that you have some districts that won't play other districts for wwhatever reason. I think if you're going to be in the same district, you should be forced to play them.
I agree with you, and I think Liberty and Concord do a good job.
Yeah,
of playing each other. I mean, as evident by this match, not so much national and playing Patriot. We don't see it. It's not as good over there, but I do love how Liberty and Concord go at it.
Yeah,
especially when Concord had the reputation and Liberty was still doing it.
Right. Yeah, I think you could do a matchup too. You could be okay. Your last place teams are our last place team. Your first place team from the year before. I think that's fair. But getting back to this game, Madison has kind of become Madison again, right? Took them a minute, and for what I mean, and they lost those two games by a score
against. We're talking about South County earlier.
Yeah,
they were also playing top tier teams.
Yeah, Stonebridge and who was the other team they played? They played in week 2. They played Braddock,
right?
Of which they had Braddock beat. They had. I mean, we talked
by 3 scores.
By 3 scores in the fourth quarter. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how that looks. Again, preparing for that triple is going to be really tough, but we know Coach counts, and he's one of the best to do it. And so I'm sure he'll have his guys ready.
Look, I've been on the Marshall bandwagon. Obviously I love Madison and everything they bring to the table. Vienna Inn, everything that Madison stands for, I love it. This is the one, though. Keep an eye on this one. Marshall's a tough team. I think last year I chose Marshall in this other. I remember this game. I remember I was picking up my son at the airport. You called me up and you said Marshall's up 7-0.
Yeah.
They struck first now, and I remember that. And then that was it. But then they were down 21-7.5. Decent game.
Yeah.
And the final score was like 28 or 35-14. It wasn't the crazy blowout. But I just think something about Marshall. I like it. See what they could do here. I think that they're going to run right at Madison. They're going to test Madison.
Yeah, I agree.
And we'll see how that works for them. But they're going to try. They're going to try and test Madison. And the winner gets unlimited chili dogs at Vienna Inn.
Unlimited chili dogs.
I don't know. Maybe. It's the Battle of Vienna. You got to do something special, right? You got to do something special. I'm sure we'll have something cooking at Vienna Inn. You know what? I'm so excited about that game. I might get me a chili dog for that
one. Unlimited. Does that mean that they'll have to possibly beat Josh McNabb's record?
14 chili dogs in 30 minutes, one sitting.
That's 2 chili dogs a minute. I mean,
he was the 10th wonder of the world. If Andre the Giant was the 9th wonder, or Andre the Giant was the 8th wonder.
It was the 8th wonder of the world.
Yeah, so maybe McNabb was the 9th wonder. McNabb was a Vienna resident too, buddy. So they would bring it all back together.
Yeah.
All right, move on. That's gonna be a fun one though. I always love the battle at the little regional kind of rivalries. I always love those.
Speaking of,
you're right. Speaking of regional battles, here we go, buddy. The Battle of Burke, they call this one. Robo traveling to Braddock.
Now they're not sponsoring the show, but is this about Battle of Glory Days on Lee Chapel? Is this what this is?
It could be the Battle of Glory Days. The winner could head over to Hamrocks.
I could head over to Hamrocks.
Hamrocks, or go over to Kelly's Oyster Bar, not too far from there.
Yeah. So last year, this game was really close. It was Braddock had to score a touchdown in the fourth quarter to take the lead. It was 28-28.
With starters in.
Yeah.
With starters in.
They thought they'd be able to pull them out, and they didn't because. But this is an old rivalry, right? This what's I know I say a lot. Throw the records out the window, right? Throw the records out the window now, and we talked about close games. Not Braddock. Robinson's been in every game until about the third quarter.
Yeah,
and so they're just trying to turn the tide, and maybe this is the kind of game that kind of gets them to finish out a game, right? To finish out the last quarter and a half that they just haven't been able to do these last few weeks.
Yeah, we keep talking to other people, the other coaches and stuff in the area, and they're like, man, that Robo, they're not very good, are they? I'm like, no, they're good. They're good. They're in these games. Don't look at that final score.
Yeah.
They're in these games. So you and I've been saying it since week 1.
Yeah.
So and look, we talked to Coach Crush last week. He was on the show. We know Coach Doc and Coach Gall and company. That they're prepared. They're not taking Robinson lightly. They know from that week 10 game last year.
100%.
Yeah, they're not taking them lightly. So again, rivalry game. Coach Blair, knows the rivalry well, and obviously Coach Doc. He's the gray beard of the conference, right? So yeah, it's gonna be a fun one as always. Battle of Burke. All right, buddy. We got one more of the sensational 7, and this one a little bit different here, Mace. A little different. One of the teams, not a Nova team, and private schools, but it's a marquee matchup in Virginia, in Northern Virginia, with St. James traveling to Good Counsel.
Yeah, so I think everyone wants to see what St. James looks like against one of the top tier private schools in Maryland, and this is kind of their opportunity because no one's really known a lot about the other teams they played. Right, the Canadian team, no one really knows a lot about. They played a team in Puerto Rico, and then the LSA team. I guess a similar type of team, but people didn't see them as being on the level of St. James. Whereas last year, now Good Counsel did lose to the Riverdale Baptist team last year, which quite a few of the players they currently have are on that squad. But Good Counsel is a perennial Maryland power. It'll be interesting to see how that game goes.
Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, I don't know if we can even watch it, to be honest. I don't know where they air Good Counsel games on YouTube or whatever, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, what makes it intriguing for me is I was able to watch some of the St. James Loudoun County game, Loudoun Sports Academy game.
Yeah,
and I told you that game was relatively close, first quarter. They pulled away. And then the game against the Canucks, the Canadian team last week. That game was a one-score game, fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So now, okay, I don't know much about the Canucks. I know there's good hockey up there, some good lacrosse up there. But now let's see what happens, against a perennial power in Good Counsel.
Right.
right? And this might be the last tough game until that huge marquee matchup with St. Francis.
Now, good counsel has two 4 stars, a couple of 3 stars on their team. So they've got some kids. They've got uh, they have got a defensive lineman who's got a Maryland and Ohio State offer. They have got another interior defensive lineman who's got a Penn State and a Maryland offer. They have another D lineman who has North Carolina. He's committed to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a offensive lineman who's going to South Florida.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is why we named this to our
Yeah.
sensational seven.
Right.
Because this is a huge, matchup for St. James.
Right. They have another kid with a Delaware commit. They have another kid with looks like he's gonna be a Maryland commit. So I mean, they've got some guys.
It's also a big matchup for good counsel.
Yes.
You and I have spoken about this. A lot of those schools don't want to lose to some, new school in Nova.
Right. And they don't want to lose their. They don't. I mean, because in private schools, recruiting is the bottom line. They don't want to have. They don't want to bleed kids because there's already kids from Maryland coming to St. James.
Right. Right. So this is a huge, huge matchup for both teams for different reasons. Right.
Yeah.
So, we'll try and keep an eye. I'll reach out to some of them and see if there's a way to kind of watch that game. I don't know if there is or not, but at the very least, we'll be looking at that one on the ticker.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, there it is. There it is. Your sensational 7 games of the week brought to you by Team DDA as always. And it's a good one this week, buddy. It's going to be a real good one.
Actually, it was 8.
Was it 8?
It was 8.
I can't count. So how's that? So there's that. Well, buddy, but as always, we are far from done, my friend. Far from done. There's some matchups that could have very well made the list. And we're going to get into it right now. All right, here we go. Best of the rest. We're going to start out west. We're going to start out west, young man, and we're going to work our way east. How's that for you? Hilton traveling to Woodbridge. Hilton coming off a win, by the way.
Hilton's come off a win, but it's going to be a tall order. It's going to be a tall order taking on Woodbridge. I mean, that Woodbridge team is, I mean, they got a lot. They got a lot, but maybe they can pull out some of that Hilton magic, right? Maybe they can wake up the echoes. They can be like Notre Dame, right? They can wake up the echoes, see if they can they can draw some from the past, and you never know, right? That's why they play the game. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be Buster Douglas Tyson upset, but you never know.
I say this all the time. I remember this was 1998. Long Beach Poly had 5 All-Americans. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about all region. I'm not talking about all state. They had 5 All-Americans with the Gatorade National Play of the Year.
Wow.
And they lost in the CIF championship.
Well, who they lose to though?
They lost to Mater Dei. But they didn't have 5 All-Americans.
He's son of a gun. Who was the quarterback of that team? Freaking
Matt Leinart.
Jeez. I'm gonna stop asking questions because the upset's getting worse and worse. It's not nearly.
But they have 5 All-Americans.
I shouldn't have asked you who it was.
Well, okay, so but I'll name the guys on
story.
Poly. Okay, so Matt Leinart was the big name, but on that Poly team was Winston Justice, Mercedes Lewis, Darnell Bing.
Wow, Winston Justice and Mercedes Lewis, both future Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, Darnell Bing was on that team. Kareem Kelly, who played for the Browns for a little while. Let's see who else. Chris Lewis, who was a National Player of the Year. Let's see who else was on.
Yeah, they're look. I'm not doubting they were loaded, but they had a college Hall of Famer.
They had a Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback. But I'm just saying, what the rosters. We couldn't leave well enough alone, could you, LaRusso?
Couldn't leave well enough alone, could you, LaRusso? That's spot on. Very, very good use of that one. You're right. Hey, look, they could pull it off. You never know. Woodbridge is, I think, the consensus, at least in the last power rankings, that I think we had him at 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Hilton, go ahead and do it. Be great, Hilton.
Yeah. All
right. Potomac. Traveling to Forest Park. We love that running game at Forest Park.
Yeah, it should be a pretty good game. I think between the two. I want to see what that running back ends up on the year with for the year. I mean, he's running all over everybody. He's running everybody. It should be a good game.
Yeah, killing it. Freedom Woodbridge at Garfield. Coach Rongo's boys heading over to see Coach Edmonds' guys.
Well, I think Garfield's got to keep themselves right after their week one win, the bye, two pretty convincing losses against Freedom. But yeah, they're right down the road from each other.
Yeah.
Maybe after the game, they'll all go hang out at Stonebridge outdoor mall out there and go get a
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I can't. I'm not familiar with the restaurants out there. I would have said Mark Mosley's hot dog stand because that was really big in the late '80s. But that's the last time I went up there.
They have an Apple store there. Maybe they'll hang up the Apple store and
Yeah.
Apple products.
Uh,
They have Barnes and Noble. They have Barnes and Noble there.
I do like a good Barnes. I like getting a coffee and just kind of perusing the books.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Gainesville. So first and foremost, they're on the road, but you just know coaches, players, parents, they're all stopping by Jimbo's, which is speaking of Cheers, that is the Cheers of Gainesville. They're going to get their grub, the best wings. VA says are the best wings in town.
Yeah.
And then they're going to head over to OP.
Yeah, and Gainesville looking for win one. Who would have thought you just said that?
I am shocked by that. OP is not a pushover, by the way.
No, it's not a pushover. Yeah, we'll see if Gainesville's got to figure out something. I mean, they are 0-4.
Yeah.
I mean, and last year 6-4 teams did not make the playoffs in region B.
I mean, they can go on a tear right now. You never know.
They can. They absolutely. They have the talent. Coach Cage over there has a fantastic coaching staff.
Yeah.
But they've got to get off the mat, right?
Yeah, you got to answer the bell right now.
You got to get off the mat, right? I mean,
and on the flip side of that, OP, they've been on the downside of a Gainesville beating once or twice in their lifetime, right? Yeah. So I'm sure they're going, hey, let's put the dagger in them.
Yeah, and again, because we recycle our quotes, just a man, right?
Just a man. He bleeds.
Man, he bleeds.
All right. So these were on buys last week. They're come back refreshed.
Yeah.
Patriot traveling to Unity Reed.
Yeah. So Patriots got a win under their belt. Unity Reed struggled a little bit this year. We'll see if Patriot can continue on their winning ways and try to move themselves forward while Unity Reed just trying to get some answers, right?
Yeah, Patriots one of those teams too. Not doing that much better than Gainesville, really, as far as two teams that just have shocked us. But they both had tough schedules to start. Let's be honest.
100%.
But the Unity Reed, we'll say they're going to try and get right in that game. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go east, young man. We're going east. We are heading to Annandale. Good old Annandale. Parkview, traveling to Annandale.
Yeah, so Parkview's struggling this year. Annandale looking for to continue get some more wins on before they get some more games inside the national. I look for Annandale to kind of roll on this.
Yeah, I think so too. Falls Church stocking up with some celebrity deli, having some dash and dans, doing their thing, and then Coach Coogan's going to stock up on some good snacks, and he's going to head over to Rockridge. They're going out to Loudon.
Yeah, I think that Falls Church is going to continue on winning after their win against I think they were off last week, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I think they were. I don't remember.
After their great win, their big win over McLean, kind of snapping that national. They're the one who kind of snapped the streak.
The aside from Hayfield streak.
Aside from Hayfield streak.
Right.
Rockridge I think has some talent, but I think that Falls Church. I think Coach Coogan's got them going.
He does. And I told you were first on the bandwagon. Coach Coogan's got Falls Church humming right now.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Some people call it the Bird Bowl, the Eagle Bowl.
Bird Bowl. I think.
Bird Bowl, something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call it the Battle of Roy Rogers because there's Roy Rogers right out there, out that way. You got a Hayfield at Edison, buddy.
Edison is struggling a little bit this year. I know they're really young. They
scored a couple touchdowns last week, by the way.
And for Hayfield, you've got to try to keep pace with Mount Vernon. Yeah. So I mean, this is a big because this is a big game for them. They're trying to keep pace with Mount Vernon. Hopefully that Mount Vernon can slip a couple games and keep up. Mount Vernon still has to play Falls Church this year. If they fall to Falls Church and Hayfield's able to knock out Falls Church, then you have that kind of tie for them. So they're just trying to keep pace with Mount Vernon. So I think it's a big game on both sides. But it's a rivalry game, and you never know what's going to happen.
They've had some great rivalries. I mean, it's some really good games in the past.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. All right, buddy. Lewis traveling to Mount Vernon, and Coach Holland and company coming off that. I mean, what would we say? It was the white man can't jump quote. Sometimes when you win, you actually lose, Billy, and sometimes when you lose, you actually win. And I feel like Mount Vernon was sort of like that. I mean, it was a moral victory in that one.
It was. If you're Lewis, how many times did you say number 18 during practice this week?
Yeah,
That's all you said over and over and over again, right? I mean, at that point, you're like, I can't let this guy beat us.
right.
But he's a tall order to kind of beat. I think it's going to be a tough battle for Lewis. But Coach Schultz, has definitely got his guys believing over there. So you never know what's going to happen. But that Mount Vernon team and also Mount Vernon. I mean, I talked a little about Hayfield trying to keep pace. Mount Vernon wants to keep that lead, right? They want to keep that lead. So I'm sure they're not going to overlook anybody. Yeah, I think this will be an interesting matchup for sure.
I think it is too. Actually, don't sleep on Lewis in this one.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, we got TJ hosting the FCA Bucks.
Yeah. I don't really know anything about the FCA Bucks too much.
No, it's I think it's the Christian Academy. I think. If I'm not mistaken. I think it's the
Sure.
Fairfax Christian Academy.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know much about him. TJ looks pretty solid this year, though.
Yeah. I think they have some talent over there. Should be.
You got the quarterback. You're a big fan of the quarterback at TJ.
Yeah. When I saw him during 7-on-7, I thought to myself, like that kid can play. He can spin a little bit. Yeah, I tried to look up their schedule this year, and I couldn't find anything on them. So,
Okay.
an interesting matchup.
All right. Fun one here, buddy. This is actually kind of a sleeper matchup in a lot of ways. AC traveling to Woodson, number one in Patriot, number one in their region. AC.
They are number one, man. You just digging that knife, aren't you?
I'm not taking the knife. They're number one.
Woodson had a really good showing. I thought against a pretty talented Oakton team 2 weeks ago. It looks like that defense is really kind of coming together. Offensively, although offense had a pretty good explosion against Edison a couple 3 weeks ago. We'll talk about leads, right? If you're AC, you're thinking to yourself, hey, we're at 4 wins. If we get to 5, we're probably in. We're probably in. If we can get to 5, we're in. Because also they're going to get the bounce of having the win. It's a win against Braddock, and that'll give them, because Bragg is going to probably win a few more games, which is going to improve their analytical standing in the max prep rating system. And so in their heads, they're like, if we can just get one more win, we're playoff bound.
They're in a good spot. AC's in a great spot right now. Tough running game behind Duarte. The quarterback loves to run.
Yeah.
Hard-nosed team, right? I have them 5 on my big board, buddy.
You do.
I got them at 5.
I am 6, I think.
Yeah. So let me see. You're laughing at me. I think that they're a tough team, and they win this. They pretty much almost have clinched the playoff spot, which is a big deal. Now we talked about grudge matches earlier on with the West Springfield SoCo game. Remember this game? It got a little testy at the end of the game last week, or last season when they played. So this should be hopefully cooler heads prevail. But definitely there's going to be hard hits and all that kind of stuff because it's football. It's going to be, the question is what the Woodson defense has been playing sound defense.
Yeah.
If Woodson can, they could, find a way to manufacture some points, that could be big for them. I said this last week and I was wrong about WNL, and I was wrong, but I'm gonna kind of echo it again here with AC. AC has not played anybody, at a higher weight class. Okay, other than Braddock in week 1.
And it was close to the half. It was like 17-0.
It was close at half. Yeah, it was close at half. But I'm just saying, Woodson kind of, established, with a big win over Edison, that they can be a formidable opponent. They're not going to roll over.
Yeah.
And so I think AC, if they don't bring their A game, all of a sudden, you're not looking at 5-0, you're looking at 4-1.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun one to watch. All right, buddy. We move on. We move on. We move on. We go to Yorktown, the upset special of last week. They are traveling to McLean.
The battle of the tight ends, right? The
Battle of the tight ends.
Battle of the tight ends, right? Which tight end will reign supreme? Yorktown come off that huge win. McLean is been right there. They've been right there, and you never know, right? District game, they kind of know each other pretty well. I'm sure they have tons of film on each other. And I think a little bit of the theme of this, Yorktown's trying to keep that lead because of the way they do in their district. This is a huge game for them, trying to make sure that they finish ahead. Now, oddly enough, if they beat McLean, they can be like, okay, we're in. Because I think you just have to finish with 2 other teams, and they'll be ahead of McLean. They'll have a win over Langley, and I think at that point they can kind of be like, okay, I think we're good in the playoffs. But they have a district title in mind, and they're trying to keep that lead over Langley, knowing they have a really big game, coming up in about a month against WNL as well.
Yeah, look, Yorktown. My hat's off to them. We said it last week. Chicken shawarma for everybody. Maybe I'll get some chicken shawarma this week. I'll have a side of chicken shawarma, a side of chili dogs, kind of, and just get a little heartburn later on. But Yorktown really changed everything in that conference last week.
Oh yeah.
They did. They flipped the whole they went in there and they just flipped the table up in the saloon, and they said, let's just have a big Donnybrook here. So every game now is so important in Liberty. I mean, every game is obviously important all the time, but right now it's anyone's matchup. It's anyone's conference.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, and like you said, McLean's played everyone tough. And Yorktown, what Yorktown needs to do now, because now we know how good South Lakes was.
Yeah.
And remember that week 1 game where Yorktown almost won?
Yeah.
Yorktown's got to now at this point, they need to be steady Eddie. Then Yorktown needs to be consistent. And I think they can do it. Coach Hicks, he's doing the right things over there. I think keep an eye on Yorktown this season. They win this one, they're gonna start riding the momentum.
No, 100%.
All right, buddy. Fauquier. This is a long trip here. Fauquier traveling all the way to our good friends at Meridian High School.
Yeah, so Meridian right now is 500. Fauquier is 1-2, with their win over. Sorry, and then that's up for opening win over Manassas Park. And a big win, 62-0.
Yeah,
but you got to deal with that double wing. Can you deal with that double wing? And if you can't, it's a long night for you.
Oof. Well. That wraps up the best of the rest. Some great matchups in the best of the rest. And just when you thought it was over, we're going to pull you back in. What we got now, my friend, some people are saying, that the segment coming up next is the best segment we do. Here it is, Mesa.
Okay.
It is it, and it's everyone's favorite. Your favorite, my favorite, Carl Frederick's favorite. It's everyone's favorite. I'll tell you who else's favorite it is, Mesa. It's Yorktown's favorite segment. It is Lebanese Taverna's favorite segment. I'm going to have that chicken shawarma next time as I make this call. It is upset specials, baby. Let's go.
All right. I'm going to give you something, and you may not see as being upset, but I think it's just based on last week's result. Give me, in a game that's going to take 8 hours, because that's how long their games always take, give me Centerville over WNL in quadruple overtime.
Wow. That's actually a great upset pick.
Yeah.
It is. I like that. I think from a lot of standpoints, WNL. Let's go with it for a second, right? And see why it could happen. That's what we're going to say. This is hypothetical. Why it could happen. WNL, big win, right? The letdown game, right after the big win. Newspaper clippings. They came home like war heroes last week, right? After that game, right? There was like a ticker tape parade, everything. And there's always that letdown, right? So to go along with why it could be an upset, I think that makes some sense there. I like that. And that Centerville offense is killer.
Yeah, and Centerville, and the great thing about Centerville is that you can show up at the game about 9:45, and you still got about 2 more quarters left to go.
Bombs away.
Yeah.
Now we could see. Well, it'll be interesting to see what WNL team shows up.
Yeah.
Do they want to? Is it the second half Westfield? They're going to ground and pound you, or is it the WNL team over the last few years where we could end up seeing Dan Marino versus Ken O'Brien.
Yeah.
Like the Ken O'Brien pool, right? Don't you?
Yeah. Good old
I mean,
class of 84 right there.
right. It could be Star Wars with these two teams throwing back and forth.
Well, I mean, could we get a repeat of the Forest Park game where throw touchdown, run touchdown, throw touchdown, run touchdown, throw touchdown,
Right.
run touchdown, over and over again. Yeah, I'm interested in is if Centerville can offense can get clicking, which we know they can do. If they get clicking, does W&L abandon the run and start to air it out again because they have to try to keep up? I think there's a lot of good things, but yeah, give me Centerville over W&L.
Wow. Yeah, lots to like there. All right, buddy. Well, as always, we're bringing in our friend to make the call here because, I mean, come on. Why wouldn't you after the Yorktown game last week? All right, buddy. Greetings. Look, here it is. The whole world is wondering, what will Karnak do next after the Yorktown game last week? I got people calling me. I got Ace Rothstein is calling. Everyone's calling. All the sports books are calling. They want to know who to take. I got it right here. This is the game. It's going to blow people's minds. And I think we kind of have some fun with this, like you said last week, right? We are thinking Roy Rogers. We are thinking Denzel. And we are thinking Andy Heck. Here it is. Woodson upsets the number 1 ranked AC Titans. That's it, baby. That's it.
That's a bold move. That's a bold move right there.
That's a huge upset. You heard it here first. I called it last week. I'm calling it this week. Karnak is never wrong.
Except for the 2 weeks prior.
Karnak is always wrong. And as always, we have fun with our predictions.
Yeah.
We have fun with our predictions. No bulletin board material here.
No, not at all.
Never.
No, we do. I was told that when I picked when I picked Herno and Langley that it motivated the kids at Langley.
Oh, are you kidding me? I remember last year picking West Springfield in week 1 against Hayfield.
Yeah.
And Coach Jeffrey Overton was not happy with me.
Oh, really? Oh, Jeffrey Overton not happy? Oh, that's fucking.
He was not happy with me. And I said it's all in good fun. We're just having making predictions, trying to, just make everyone laugh a little bit. I mean, when Karnak's making the prediction, you can't take it seriously. All right, buddy. Wow, we got some good games this week, man. I'm excited.
We do have some good games. I'm excited as well.
I got to think of what I'm going to do for food during the games. I'm not kidding about a little chili dog, a little shawarma, something. The last 2 weeks I've had Lito's Pizza. I might need to switch it up this week.
Sounds good.
Might need to switch it up. How about you? What do you do on game days?
I don't eat much on game days.
Wait, like what do you mean?
I mean, I don't know. I don't eat very much on game days.
Do you eat before the show?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay. All right. Look at that. All right. May's holding out on us. May's got a key little food spot he doesn't want to tell us about. It's like the album you had. Remember when you're younger and someone's like, you can't tell people about this album because everyone's going to buy it. And I don't want anyone knowing about this new group right here.
Yeah, my key food spot is my kitchen. And it's whatever is there.
All right. Well, buddy, fun time as always. And how about we'll have some freshman football updates maybe next week?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We got the good old AC Titans in about 48 hours. 48 hours from now, either we'll be happy or sad. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah.
We got. It's always fun. We'll see if it's raining for all these JV and freshman games on Thursday.
I hope it's raining. Oh.
Pack your rain gear, my friend. Pack the old frog suit.
I'm gonna go in the box. Can we get a headset out? Can I just go in the box?
Don't do that for freshmen, buddy. Don't do that for freshmen.
We do at Woodson. It's a class organization here at Woodson.
That's true.
We go in the box.
All right. Well, everyone, remember, subscribe, hit the button, tune in to the Friday show, Friday night spotlight. Subscribe to this show. Share it with friends. Share it with relatives. Share it with enemies. All right, that's more your thing. Whatever you want to do, just get the word out and share it. All right. Well, from Coach Mason, Coach Dash, we'll see you next time on All Hitches.
See ya.